Alrighty. Hopefully the audio is working fine. Yes, I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. Just gonna give you guys an update on. Usually I break my promises, but this time I really want to make the effort. Now that learning some of the stuff of what's going on, and yeah, there's two sides of me. One side is actually just coming in and interfering with a lot of the stuff that I've been feeling and pressuring me to actually stop playing video games in general. So I'm not sure if I really want to play video games after 2026, but as of February 2025 and January 2025, I don't plan on playing video games. And if I do, it'll probably be something very, very casual, like on the side, but like I'll try not to make any content. The Age of Hell will be probably like the only game that I will probably stream to do 100% because I did promise that I was actually gonna do that game, and the only promise that I have ever done was actually do the Warlock 100%, not 100%, no, Warlock the Beast campaign because I wanted to actually see if I can talk to one of the creators of that game. He left a comment in one of my videos years ago, and I don't see it anymore. So I don't know if he deleted his channel, he deleted his comment. I would like to see if I can actually get in touch with him, see if we can actually have some type of dialogue, because I do see something like a financial benefit for him if he actually does something to that game now that there's a lot of indie games being a thing. And yeah, so basically tomorrow, Saturday, well, actually, we're about to be Saturday, or Saturday in some places, time zone, wherever you're at. Um, I do want to do the Brutal Doom 64 version 2.66. I knew I did a Let's Play and I was actually testing for the creator. So I'm gonna link his channel when I do the walkthrough, and they're gonna link up the download. Hopefully, if I see anything by any chance, I'll probably report it to him. But hopefully everything's already finalized. There's some stuff that might have some changes. I'll probably talk it on the side, but as of right now, I feel like the game feels more complete. Um, I think Playground was like the only thing at the very end that I didn't like something from it, but um, yeah, he didn't want to mess around too much with that map, so I'll just leave it like that. Like I'm not even a mod creator for that map, so I will just give him my 2 cents so he can do whatever he wants. It's not anything substantial, but yeah. So hopefully I'll probably finish the Doom 64 because I do want to upload several videos per day. So I do want to finish it because I do thinking of doing a Let's Play for Command and Conquer, even though it's like not even important. Most people don't want to see Let's Plays. I do want to do Warlock before I finish, and I don't know if I ever promised the Heroes of Might and Magic 2 Game Boy Color. That's another one. Um, Man, there's a lot of Game Boy Advance games that I wanted to do. I know Doom 2, I wanted to do it, but I'm gonna drop those projects because there's plenty of walkthroughs out there for Doom 2. I'm not sure if there is a good Doom 2 PlayStation walkthrough. I know my Doom PlayStation walkthrough was like the last good walkthrough that I did. I think I kind of lost I don't know, man, like all these subscriptions, people subscribing and then unsubscribing. I think I don't know, like I'm a very short-tempered guy. I think I do piss off some people with my type of energy that I put out in my channel, how I talk. So I think I do piss off some people, and I do it sometimes the wrong way, even though I sometimes don't mean it. So I think yeah, after that, you haven't. If I've been doing a lot of these secrets, I said that I was gonna put it in the comments or the description, the timestamps and everything, but I just don't feel like the energy or the will to do it, man. Pretty much after 2022, I think Doom PlayStation, I think it was early 2023 that I finished it, or late 22, or something around there. It was just that I lost the will to do those energy to do those games. Um, I know my Doom 64, not just because I'm saying it just because it's me, but I honestly think that I have one of the best. I'm not gonna say the best because I don't think there's such a thing as the best, but I'd say my 100% secrets for Doom 64 is probably top five on YouTube. With all these Doom 64 walkthroughs after the 2020 version that started making, I honestly think mine might not be the best in terms of like uh footage, like the HD 20, like 24K, or I don't know what kind of graphics people are using now. Uh, but yeah, finding several things like that backpack on level 5, which vast majority of people, and I think that level there's something that I still have to yet to find on Doom 64 that I ended up seeing somebody do, is that he ended up getting the supercharge and the key at the same time. I never had that happen to me, so I don't know what kind of trick or glitch he did, but aside from that, I'm comfortable and happy with my work. I did a lot of footage, I mean, yeah, content. I think it was like 6, 7. I'm not too happy because I didn't finish Quake 2. Like Quake 1 was the most disappointing one for me. I wasn't gonna actually gonna do that. But I always feel pressure to do other stuff, even though I do have all the time in the world to do it. But I just never got to do it, man. And yeah, it's one of those things that it kept bugging me from time to time. Like, man, you never finished this, and never finished that, and it had a lot of views for the PlayStation 4 version. I know if I would have gotten a PS5, I would have probably gotten way more views. But yeah, it is what it is, man. So what's gonna say? I'm more focused on games that are underrated. Anyways, let me move on with the Bethesda Gear Store. Also, I kind of feel buried down by the Doom community because this website right here, the Bethesda Gear Store, sure, sometimes they can send you faulty products, like stuff that is defective. I got a Marine that hasn't can't move his arm, um, and I still have it. I think I want to sell it. I've been selling some of my statues. That's why I'm not making any more content on my second channel, because I'm actually downsizing on my collection. I've been selling stuff here and there, and actually getting into another hobby, but that's a whole different topic. Um, yeah, so basically, like a lot of this stuff I wanted to get into, like I still do want the statue that's right here. I still want to actually collect more, but I don't know, like I lost the passion, man. Seeing that I got banned from a lot of things. Like I got banned from the Doom Discord, not Discord, yeah, Doom Discord only because I expressed my opinion on saying that I didn't like how the plays. I said something, but it wasn't like bad. But that got me banned. Like I think I got a warning from a bot for typing too fast, and they thought I was spamming, so they got mad at me. I think the other one was a flag. They didn't like the Russian flag, so go figure. I did it on purpose just to test their uh, their wits, basically. And then the third one was basically just expressing my opinion because the people are like the mods and they're like, oh, man, I don't want to talk trash, but it's just everything about Discord I just don't like, man. That's why I have it, but I rarely invite people because I just don't like Discord. Everything around it, and then I put all my energy in this game, and I feel like I don't have any of the backup. There's very few people that I talk to that like that mod creator for the Doom 64 2.66. Like I feel like I'm doing something for the community, but I wish I would have done more. There's people for some reason they don't do much and they get praised and they have thousands of subscribers. I'm like, how the hell? And it got me thinking maybe what it has to do with a lot of the um, occult knowledge. Some people do it subconsciously. So I'm gonna go over that in a bit as well. So They were gonna sell these shadow boxes for like 200 bucks. They're a guy that was making them. Now they're like at 165, which is not a bad price, but at discount 120. I actually want this, but I don't know, man. I'm already stacked with the stuff that I wanted to purchase this month, so I can't. If this stuff is still on sale next month, which I doubt it, I think after New Year's everything's gonna go off on sale. Um, yeah, they this is the lowest price this statue has ever been. So I'm kind of skeptic as if they're actually giving a lot of the statues that have a little bit broken pieces because I wouldn't be surprised if some of these pieces came in slightly broken. So that's one thing that I don't like from this company. The stuff they actually have really discounted. Something happened in their freaking warehouse that came in something defective or damaged and people are getting. I mean, I don't have evidence of this, but they sold me a statue and then they canceled it because they said it was broken and they didn't have any more in stock. So I'm pretty sure there's people in the like in the back end, like I'm not saying third party, I'm like people that work for this company that are selling these at a like higher prices, quote unquote scalpers. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing going on and in order to actually manipulate the price. I know I was one of the few people because I haven't seen that many. I think about like one person or two that talks about the Bethesda Gear store from time to time. Not like there's more people, but they don't talk about it often. And so I'm actually skeptical about the pre-orders when they're gonna start being delivered because this item when it came out, I don't think it was pre-ordered in the way of these is pre-ordered in the sense that you gotta have the acknowledgement now, like before those. I don't know which statue started that, but I remember this one didn't have that. The acknowledgement, meaning that it says that you can only pre-order one per customer, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, once confirmed. Yeah, so they have policies. This item will not ship unto all items. So again, I think they're only looking for like a specific amount. So this one they want at least 2,000 or close to 2,000. Then they'll start shipping them. And I think the ones that are uh don't sell, they go on they go like this one over here on sale at a like a good price so they can actually sell it and yeah, I mean, I don't see the number for the other ones. Like this one has 3,000, right? But then the Doom one, if I can find it, where the heck is the Doom one though? Oh wow, I can't even find it anymore. Okay. Yeah, so this one it doesn't say limited to certain amount. So anything that's limited to like less than 1,000 is gonna be worth more money. So you're probably gonna double or triple your money in the coming 5 to 10 years. This one doesn't say anything, so this probably that's the value of this statue is not gonna go up. So any scalper that wants to actually buy more of these, just be aware there's no limit. So there's not gonna be. I think it all goes based on how many people pre-order. If there's not that many pre-order, then it's probably gonna have some value. It all depends on the customer. And I don't think there's that many people that are purchasing stuff from the Disc Gear store. That's why the pre-orders take a while, like literally months before this thing stops happening, and then they start selling them um, to the customers. So I don't know if the pre-order, like the what was it, the Fallout, was it? Oof, they don't have it. Wait, they had the Fallout. Oh wow, yeah. Once the pre-order stops, you can't get the item anymore. They had the Bolt. Oh, never mind. It's still here. Shit. Look at that. All right. So don't be surprised if you still see this one had pre-ordered since all of or half of 2025. Now, keep in mind that it all depends how many people would pre-order. I think I don't have evidence of this, and I don't work for this company, but I think they want like a good substantial amount of people pre-ordering them before they can actually start having this thing in order to actually have it like default. It used to be like around 3 to 4 months on average, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what I got the Arc Bio. I think it was like like 3 months or something, 3 or 4 months. The pre-order wasn't too bad. Not like limited run games where it's like a year or a year and a half. It's crazy the pre-orders on that website. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bethesda Gear Store starts doing almost the same thing, like limited runs taking way longer before you get the item. I think that's the case, to be honest. So they have a lot of these items, and I not didn't see them, like the tank card. I don't know who makes them. I'm pretty sure there's third-party vendors that are helping the store, like that the frame right here. What's it called? The shadow box. Yeah, there's some dudes. I think the guy's from Pennsylvania. He goes from specific Comic Cons and would sell them. So he didn't sell me one because I actually, how did I message that guy? I think I found his YouTube channel or some shit like that. I don't remember, or Facebook, but I messaged him somewhere and then he said he was only selling these on what's it called? Like Comic Cons in a specific place. I think it was Pennsylvania. I'm like, man, it's too far from where I live. And I think during that year, 2022, I was going crazy with Doom stuff. And I just pretty much lost the passion last year. And I was actually gonna buy it from a scalper on eBay, but thankfully I didn't. I think there was a guy selling it for like freaking 250 or some shit. So I'm like, man, I could buy this if it was 200, but 250, I'm like, I don't want to pay that extra $50. But now that I see it, like this is a good price, man. But I don't know, man. I do want to get some more Doom stuff, but at the same time, I don't. It still makes me look like a fucking kid or a nerd at the same time, which I don't want to be neither. I don't want to be labeled a nerd, even though there's people now that says who cares now in 2024. I care because there's a lot of reasons uh, that my life hasn't been going for the best. I've been going backwards, as a matter of fact. Instead of going forward, I'm going backwards. So that's why I'm starting to actually care because there's people that, I mean, everybody's on their own little world trip, but there's people that they're 300 plus pounds and they don't give a rat's ass and they still want to eat, or they're still collecting and they don't clean their room and it's everything they're collecting is very dusty. Their closet is full of boxes. Like, just thinking about it, like, what kind of a, oh, man, to each their own, but I feel like gluttony and gluttony is a very, very a sinful act that I just don't. I'm gonna talk about that in a bit. Something, some part of me, but yeah. So yeah, but this is the gear store. Not a bad company, but not a good company. They do fix some of your stuff. I have heard rumors of people getting broken stuff, and then they give you an option as if you don't have the warranty or some shit that includes it in the purchase, you won't get anything. Because you're gonna have bad apples that are gonna break stuff on purpose and then they fucking glue it later. I'm not that type of person, but I heard stories, especially people who have like a big collection. There's fucking scammers, man. This is the problem about this world is that there's a bunch of people that are just abusing abusing everything left and right. Assholes that just trying to ruin it for everybody, and then these companies start charging more, starting to have stricter policies because these people find loopholes in the system. I don't know, man. There's fucking people. I wish they all went into one fucking world and they would fucking leave this world, man. Like they're cancer, this planet. Anyways, Uh, Etsy, yeah, I'm pretty much disappointed with Etsy. I still need to get something that supposedly a guy was gonna ship. So at this point, I'm like, everybody wants to fucking get your money. Nobody wants to ship anything. So it's been a month since I purchased it. I was gonna get something from her today. She messaged me, Pixelized Princess, about some new items that she was gonna get. Um, I know she has more stuff that she's not selling. I know there's that Doom Marine Santa. She messaged me because she knew that I was a Doom fan, and I never like I do want to get some of this stuff, but man, like I said, I lost the passion, man. And I think the Battletoads and the Beavis and Butthead is brand new. Like they weren't there when I did the stream some months back. I think it was what in February, March, something like that. So yeah, there's few items here and there that are brand new here. Holy crap, Brandon Stimpy, that I have not seen this one. Um, Damn, I do want to get something for my brother here, but at the same time, I just see his Bass collection and he doesn't even clean them. Like, I'm the more, uh, like, orderly person that likes to have everything more clean in the house. So, yeah, if you're a collector, man, if you're lazy as fuck, like I'm somewhat lazy. Clean your shit at least once a month, or once every 3 months. But don't go past 6 months without cleaning because it gets the type of dirt that's gonna be hard to actually take off. Ended up getting a scorpion statue from somebody and it literally has the type of dirt that if you use, you need to have like some type of like chemical liquid or something to actually take off the dust. Because if you get a cloth, the cloth doesn't even like it does probably 50 to 80% the dust. Their duster won't wipe it off. It gets that really penetrated dirt that's really hard to get it removed, man, which is nasty. But yeah, a good amount of collectors, people who collect toys, they have this problem because they don't clean the room often. So like one very lazy way is just to air dust, or if you have air filtration in your room, that's like a God-given thing. I know there's this Asian guy that is a collector, ended up telling me that he doesn't clean his room. He's like, I don't need it. I already have an air filtration that does everything for me. And like I looked it up, I'm like, holy shit, he's right. Like the air filtration, but you gotta clean the air filtration. So at the end of the day, you gotta do something, man. So it's not like everything does it for you. So that's actually the most expensive but lazier route for somebody to have a nice collection. The other one is to have it on glass, but the glass, like you can only, like the glass, how can I say it? Like, I feel like the glass can make it look nice, but at the same time won't make it look nice if that makes sense. Like having it in the glass, you gotta be very like, it have to be like at a certain angle way in order for them to be looked, and you're limited to how can they look it rather than just having it outside. So it's harder to make something look really nice with a glass, but that's my opinion from what I've been seeing the collections. So that's the only negative from that. Um, yeah, so if anything from Etsy, they do have customer service, but it's really hard to actually get in get in their what's it called? Help center. You gotta look up their number on the search, similar to eBay. These companies, they're making it harder for you to actually get in contact with customer service. So if you have any problems with Etsy, you'll be like, oh shit, what do I have to do? Like, blah, blah. Well, you can do something like, let me see what I can do. Contacting Etsy. I know I think I did it one time, and then you click something like, I don't know, contact support. And then there's a way, it doesn't matter which option to be honest. I'm just showing you. It's very similar to eBay. You click I still need help, What? No fucking way. They had the phone number. Wow. Oh, wow. Well, at least there's something. I hate companies that do this, man. That they don't want to pay people phone numbers to actually. There might be a way to really get in touch with them with the what's it called? Wow. They did have a phone number. I did talk to them one time. I don't remember what happened, but I've been having issues for the past almost a year and a half, almost 2 years. Stuff left and right. I just don't get anything right now. And I got my reasons for that. I feel like some of the stuff that I collect, I share it on stuff like YouTube. And of course, there's people that are gonna get jealous. There's always gonna be jealousy. That's one thing of having social media. I'm a big believer in the evil eye, and it's funny that I made something a hair product, and then I get a problem with that same company with another product that I get from their beard like a few days, which I find it no fucking coincidence. There's two sides of me, and I'm cursing. I'm sorry that I'm it's just I've been feeling like shit lately, like pissed at the same time. There's a lot of things that are going on, but how can I say this? I was gonna share something on eBay, on what's it called, Steam. I'll leave it let the page here, so I'll talk about this. There's two sides of me. There's the religious side that I stopped being in 2017, but I was on and off from the religious, but I was like, I don't consider myself religious if you don't actually read the Bible, because I consider myself Christian at one point. I consider myself agnostic because if you're not reading the Bible, then you're not a Christian. Um, People think, oh, I just go to church. No, you gotta read the Bible. That's like the most important thing in having a relationship, prayer with your Creator and Savior. Those three things right there. Because people think, oh, well, I go to church or I do this. Well, that is one side. The other one, I'm agnostic. The Gnostic side is I believe in the Creator, but at the same time, I believe in like occult knowledge, information, such as the one that I've been gathering, and I feel like it's stopping me from actually learning both because both require a lot of reading and time. The Bible is not a small book, and I've been actually getting interested in reading other books like the Quran as well, because I've been actually a little bit interested in what has to be said in that holy book. Not that I want to convert to Islam, it's just that I want to read other books and learn more on their stuff, on their religion. Um, there's the Book of Mormon that they gave me. It's like they want to add that stuff into the King James Bible, but they didn't add it. They just wanted to put it in a separate book. So all fairness, and I think the Mormons now consider themselves Christians. So if you actually tell Mormon they're Mormons, they kind of feel insulted. They want to be considered Protestants or Christians. Um, I mean, not necessarily Protestant, but they want to be called Christians, if that makes sense. A Catholic, if you tell them like if they're Catholics, they're okay. Like they're basically like Catholics they don't get offended if you call them Christians, but from what I've been seeing, Mormons for some reason, if you tell them they're Mormon, like they're they get offended a little bit and want to be called Christians as well. But anyways, yeah, that's the side of me of being a religious person, and then the side of me of being a Protestant, which is learning into the occult information. Now, I've seen some shit that is not normal, like supernatural shit. That's why I'm not an atheist, and I never will be, because I know there's something out there. There's been a lot of shit that has been unexplainable um, happening to me over the years, and I did see the dark side, and I saw the good side, and I came to the conclusion. Perhaps nobody is 100% on the right, but everybody's actually going out for the truth. And whatever truth you're trying to find at the end of the day, that's going to be the stuff that's actually works for you. Now, the Gnostic and the Christian side, there's two things that are actually, they're very, very similar. And, oh man, how can I start? Because I'm blanking out when I talk about this stuff. Like, they don't want me to talk about this stuff. So I feel like playing video games is all cool. You lose the reality. You don't wanna be part of the reality of the real world. You lost in touch. I'm like, fuck, man. You're in my mid 30s, which I'm not gonna say my age, but you more or less see my age. Look up. First of all, I don't have a career, which I should have. I don't have a house, which I should have. I don't have the vehicles that I want, which I should have. I don't have a wife and kids, which I should have. And it hits me really hard because if I would have gone really into the Christian side, I would have had all of that. And if I would have gone really hard into the Gnostic, into the occult information, I would have had all of that. So any type of direction of these two that I want to take, they give me very, very similar results. So I'll give you an example. So I was talking about the evil eye, saying something. All right, in Christianity, they got something like demons talking to other demons, and they're luring their thoughts into the other demon in order to actually influence that person. And how can I say it? A good example. It's like you want to go out for a vacation with a best friend, and that best friend has a very controllable mom or dad, whatever, and you didn't tell anybody, and it's gonna happen. But then the other person that you're inviting that's gonna go on the vacation with you starts telling their parents, all right, it's not cool to be going out and not telling. And then it gets canceled out because they have very controlling, manipulative parents. And you got the spirit of how can the Christians call it? The spirit. Oh man, there's a bunch of other spirits. But basically, there's a spirit that does has a specific characteristics that has in contact with spirit and spirit of of the flesh of a person. Now, same thing with the agnostic side of the evil eye, which is you plan on something and the energy doesn't go well because for some reason somebody has like the jealousy or the evil eye that you're gonna go out on a nice trip and they don't like it and it doesn't happen because of the energy. Now, with the Christian side, it's either something doesn't go well because God didn't want to let you do it, or because the devil wants to make you feel miserable and not happy, trying to destroy plans by using the demonic realm of having a demon, having like supposedly everybody has demons and everybody has one by birth, but people accumulate demons over time with the actions and decisions they do. So you gotta do your very best to actually cast out. And the one that you were born with, it's not necessarily it you were born with, but it actually followed and it was assigned to you as when you were giving us a birth. That is called the strong man. So the strong man is assigned to actually attack you at one particular thing that you're gonna be weak all your life and it's gonna start attacking you on that particular one. So it all goes based on family lineage of what your family has the most trouble. Some people have the most trouble in eating disorders, spirit of gluttony. Some people have a spirit of lusts. I think that's the one that I have the most, lust of the flesh. You're always fantasizing and thinking perverted thoughts. It's uh it's something, man. So with the with the prod with the agnostic side is like there's energy and for everything that you do there's a reaction. So there are forces out there that they want to deplete you Because I mean, even if you don't want to believe in forces out there, like at the end of the day, everything is wired for you to actually feel like shit. Um, like both sides, like the agnostic and the religious, they want you to keep your seed. So when you keep your seed, you become more social. Women nowadays are getting pissed and mad that men are not actually socializing and coming to them. A lot has to do because everybody's wired to actually, well, men are wired now, when the Western men that is, are wired to look at pornography and that they get desensitized and you start masturbating. That shit really kills the motivation for a person to actually socialize it, like a man socialize with a girl. So at the end of the day, like if you think it like on a spiritual side, you see, well, the Satan is actually using these demons to keep you down and making it you feel the way you are because you're getting demonized. And then the other one is that you're getting spiritually depleted so that your root chakra, which I don't believe in chakras, but they say the root chakra or the energy that is gonna actually give you what you need and you desire, and then the other energies that align, you become more social person, and then you start seeing things okay. So it doesn't matter which one you believe, they have very similar aspects of the harms, and both are have similars in the benefits. Not necessarily the same, but I'm saying similar. So then the day I'm like, all right, so I'm not putting any effort into non-directions. Like I'm a lazy agnostic. Like I would have been a very more agnostic, learning all this occult information, and I've been learning a lot, man. Like this past 6 to 10 months, and I've been seeing the how people react on full moons, on specific zodiacs. I know women are into like the Western zodiacs, which the Western zodiacs they don't tell you that you gotta do specific action or thing in order for it to work. They give you like the whole zodiac of 2025 if you're a freaking Leo or like, nah, that's not how it works. It has to be aligned with a specific planet and moon and Earth. Like out of the whole year, you only have like a few days to actually do something in order to get the result they're actually telling you. So there's a lot of information out there that is valuable, but at the end of the day, not everybody's gonna tell you the right, accurate information on on YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Um, Same thing with the religion side. Like, there's a lot of some pastors gonna tell you, oh, you gotta actually start fasting and being a prayer to actually cast out these demons. That might work for somebody, or the other person might have to be, well, you gotta be coming more often to church and do Bible studies. That might work better more than actually doing fasting and prayer. Like you gotta see what works for you, what doesn't work. Like the whole energy frequencies of the evil eye. I think it's all labels that we put in order to actually start believing it. Like at the end of the day, um, like I noticed that if I put water in my room, I haven't done so, but I usually have water bottles next to it, so you can say it's similar. That keeps the room more harmonized and more vaporized, and for some reason I feel like the energies get more depleted. But I guess that's just me, man. And if you want to go give it a try, go ahead and try. There's a Catholic belief that having holy water actually dispels a lot of the negative demonic realms and stuff. So again, there are similar things to what I was believing the agnostic side and the religious side, and I can go on and on and on with information that it will be endless, man. I won't finish it this stream. So what am I gonna try to say this? Well, I don't like the direction that I am. And I feel like video games is a big distraction. Like it's an amazing thing whenever you're feeling like shit and you want to take a break from something, but at the end of the day, video games doesn't solve anything. It just masks the problem. It's like drugs, basically, or medicine, which is basically drugs. So people say medicine, and then all medicines usually are kind of drugs. Uh, they mask a lot of the problems, but sometimes when the masking happens, they cause another problem. There's been studies that have been showing a lot of these cheap ass medicines that give ailments for the stomach or anything that gives ailments. They deteriorate your memory loss, your short-term loss. So a lot of times you're very forgetful. Start thinking, well, am I starting to take a lot of these cheap ass medicines that you can buy over the counter? Am I eating the wrong foods that have dyes that the fucking government in the US actually has? In Europe, they banned them. Like, there's a lot of cereals that you're not gonna find in Europe, but you're gonna find them in America. Are those type of foods? Because everybody in the United States and Canada and Mexico got really fat in the late 2000s. Just watch videos of seniors 1995. They all look fit, like 80, 90% of them. You're sure there's gonna be a few uh, fat people because they were born like that. They were chunky. There's like three different type of body types. But what I'm trying to say is that I saw the 2005 class. They still look kind of like average. They didn't look as skinny as the ones in the 90s. But the problem where it started was when Obama came in, like 2008, 2009. Like it's crazy. And then during that time, the smartphones were becoming a thing slowly. So the smartphones ended up slowly destroying, especially women. It did more harm on women, just like pornography did more harm on men. Um, like there's things that I keep being added, and the internet they try to control it, but the only reason they didn't want to control it is because at the end of the day, the internet does more harm than good if you don't use it the right way, and there's way too many people abusing it, over rewarding themselves instead of doing homework, instead of doing work, and instead of doing something, they're browsing, they're watching. Like at the end of the day, it's like the over rewarding dopamine. Everybody's really high on the reward systems, and I made a video about this months ago. That if you want to fix, I think it was last year November, that if you want to fix yourself, you gotta slow down the dopamine. You gotta slow down the brain. So I came up with a solution for all of my problems. It doesn't matter if you're agnostic or a religious person. I saw, okay, there's several factors that I really need to fix myself because the end of the day, I was an idiot and try to fix others. Like, how the fuck am I gonna fix others when I need to get fixed? I've been doing all kinds of things. What I've been um, came to a conclusion that you needed to actually just slow the reward systems. And sure, you're gonna feel like shit and it's gonna suck at first, but in the long run, you're gonna be very, very, very happy, man. And yeah, it's just constant video games, oh, constant watching videos. Like, you know what? Instead of like watching TikTok or YouTube, just before I'm going to sleep, I'm gonna watch it for like an hour. Next month, I'm gonna watch it for 45 minutes. All right, 2 months from now, I'm gonna watch it for 30 minutes. That's exactly what everybody should be doing. I'm starting with fasting 2 days out of the week, and it's funny that usually the days that I have fast, there's fucking shit that happens. Sunday, there's a freaking 15th birthday. I'm not gonna go, but it's crazy that there's always something, man, that I always try to actually break my fast. I feel like I don't think there's any coincidence. Again, if you believe in the spiritual world, you're being watched all the time, or if you're been like an agnostic, if you think like that side of the perspective, you feel like the Matrix is always watching and making sure you don't push yourself past the limit to actually feel the success, like see the success and feel the success that everybody's striving to go for. And I came to the conclusion that we all need to fight against the system, man. Like once really you fix yourself, the system is designed to keep you poor, to keep you feel stupid, divided, sad, or like, dude, I really wish I can actually do something, like do an impact on life. I feel like I think that was like one of the stuff that has always been in my head. Like I feel like there's very few people that are making big impacts, like Martin Luther King Jr. Um, Man, there's other people that most people don't know. Scott Ritter's another guy that is putting an emphasis to actually stop a nuclear annihilation in the world, making sure that nukes don't actually fly. And yeah, there's a bunch of other people that have made big impacts, and I feel like we need more of those type of people that instead of dividing, instead of actually all the hatred that you see on YouTube, the news, like shit's. I've been feeling like shit because there's a lot of people that might probably go against what I'm gonna say here, but it's just my opinion. I'm a big believer in the multipolar world order. Sure, the multipolar world order is not gonna be amazing. I actually prefer something else, but at the end of the day, those it's either that or the unipolar. I really wish if there's more of the other option. It's just like the Democrat and Republican and the independent. It doesn't matter if you vote independent. At the end of the day, you know there's always gonna be a Democrat or a fucking Republican winning. Same thing here. You gotta believe either one thing or the other. Now, for unipolar, it's my anticipation and knowledge that they want to have a one world system, a one nation, and they have a capital that is gonna be around Jerusalem, like around Jerusalem and Saudi Arabia, but they're gonna change the capital, and that's where they're actually gonna have their capital of the world, and that's where the Antichrist is gonna come in. Now, if that's one perspective of the religious side, the agnostic, the atheist, that I was gonna say Protestant is more like, you know what? They still have this one system, and instead of like Antichrist, the Antichrist, which many people are now believing it's gonna be the AI, having the system of robots and actually gonna replace robots and with humans and have humans become obsolete in the future. And every action that's happening right now for the unipolar world system gives big emphasis on this because at the end of the day, if you have a multipolar system, the AI is not going to be as as big and as destructive it can be to humans. Because if you have one system and the AI actually hijacks that, well, at the end of the day, everybody's screwed. The AIs are gonna the human AI is gonna or robot AI whatever is gonna actually replace humanity in a unipolar world system. It's not gonna happen in a freaking multipolar order because everybody's gonna have like different opinions and things, and some people are gonna disagree, which is it's fine. That's why there's been cultures and tribes fighting for land, fighting for food. And then they, I feel like that mindset of tribes, similar to the multipolar. Sure, there's now always gonna be um, peace. There's always gonna be have issues, but at the end of the day, I feel like the real danger that's gonna have the extinction of humanity, which is gonna be the unipolar system, and that's a lot of people don't see it like that, man. They wanna like boo-hoo, we want to expand NATO, we want to expand like all these kinds of organizations. They're gonna drop names in the future if they keep, and then they're gonna replace things. And I don't know, man. Like enslavement is like the ultimate goal. Um, enslavement or replacement. I see more like a replacement rather than enslavement. But at the end of the day, like I know I'm going a little bit off topic here. It's just like you doesn't matter what kind of belief systems from the two things. There's very similar aspects to everything, literally to everything. Not necessarily the same, but similar. So right now I'm on Steam and there's a lot of games that haven't been released. So that you got the Age of Hell, which I'm actually very enthusiastic to be making a walkthrough. Agent 64, Spies Never Die. I know it's a game that I really want to get into, and I want other people like Taylor to play with me. I think Serious Sally is more like a joke. I don't think it's ever gonna be released, but we'll see. I think it's also coming soon. This game was said that it was gonna be released in 2024. Like, there's coming to a point, and it felt like in 2012 the same thing with it's the Year of the Dragon. Right now, the Year of the Dragon, where I don't feel like buying none games. Like I feel like wanting to come back to the Nintendo 64 again. And it's a kind of shame that I wanted to make more videos on the 64, but my console's not working properly. It keeps malfunctioning. And again, going back, all right. Could it be because God doesn't want me to play the 64, wants me to learn? Going back, I'm just giving you examples, or it could be because since I like the 64 a lot and I put it an emphasis out there, there's people that actually get jealous because they want the Nintendo 64, and then out of the blue, the evil eye started attacking me, and the console doesn't work. I don't, doesn't work that much because of it. So again, there's similar things to if you want to believe something that is. At the end of the day, is like, and again, like sometimes if you're like in the religious, it sucks because sometimes you don't see the big picture, but then you start seeing the big picture. Oh, okay, well, and this happened because I would have probably been in a worse situation. Like, I'll give you guys one last example here, like for the religious side, and I'm gonna give one last example for because I actually want to start up the stream. So there was this guy that getting me into a cult, and then randomly one day said started like if I shouldn't be worshiping the devil. I think he didn't say the devil. I think he said something. I don't know if he said Satan or Lucifer, but he said something that I should f- something like why I shouldn't be like why I should be worshiping and find all the glory. And then he's just said it like in a joking way, like, yeah, you know what, I'm just messing around with you. But then I saw his eyes, like, I don't think that was a joke. I think he was being very honest and sincere. So then the day I was like, all right, well, I kind of started distancing myself from him. Um, after that, because I feel like maybe God actually pushed him to say that because he had bad intentions, and I didn't want to see the bad intentions before. And I think it was like a year, 2 years later after that, he went into a whole mess and became a drug addict and basically stopped becoming the person that he was. And I kind of felt pity for him when I started noticing that he was in the streets, man. And then he tried to fix himself after that, and yeah, like that was a type of direction that I could have been, especially for the weak-minded. Not necessarily weak-minded, but going back to religion, if you have so many demons, you get exposed with demons, then you get influenced to act the same way as that person. So it felt weird that when I would hang out with him, certain things would happen. So it made me do believe the stuff that they were telling me that demons do get transferred if you hang out with certain people. I know the whole demon thing gets transferred more if you have sex, from what I've been hearing. Now, if you believe in the agnostic side, You're gonna believe more like the type of energy frequency that if you hang out with certain people, you're gonna have that certain frequency energy. Like if you're a straight guy, if you hang out with gay people out of nowhere, you're gonna have like gay thoughts randomly or gay dreams randomly. Or if you hang out with very aggressive people out of nowhere, you're gonna start having like aggressive mindset thoughts out of the blue. Like the type of people you hang out with, you you get that type of energy frequency, and you slowly get influenced. See with the pattern here, there's very similarities with the Gnostic and the religious side. Like you get influenced no matter what. It's either spiritual or the energy frequency that gets entangled into yourself. And as I mentioned, I feel like the evil eye. Some people don't believe the evil eye doesn't exist in in online. I feel like the closer a person is physical, like the stronger it is. Like the furthest the person is, you won't get affected that much or at all. And the internet the same way. You don't get affected that much, but depending on how strong the energies. Now with the with belief system with the religion is like the demonic realm. You get influenced with a person and the other person, and those demons get transferred. Not transferred, but they travel and they talk in their realm. So a lot of deep stuff, man. A lot of deep stuff. Like, and I feel like the only way for a person to really progress in life, and I mean really progress, again to what I was telling, you gotta surround yourself with very, very specific people. If you're religious and they're telling you, you know what, this is gonna actually gonna make you feel better, feel success, guess what? That's what's gonna happen if you cast out the demons and you start behaving a certain way. The Gnostic side or the atheist side. All right, if I start working on myself, start having the right mindset, that right energy frequencies, eventually I'll get where I want to meet, or not necessarily 100% there, but close to where I want to be. So at the end of the day, like, where am I getting all of this? We all need to be working on ourselves, man. Way too many people are buying games left and right. Look at all this wish list. Overspending on stuff where they play a game for like fucking 15 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour and they stop. Spending money and energy on people being too nice and they get abused the wrong way. Like at the end of the day, man, it's like 2025 should be, it doesn't matter what belief systems you have, should be a revival for yourself, revival for Taylor, revival for April, revival for my brother Nufi, or anybody that's watching, a revival for somebody for a better 2025 so you can become a better version of yourself. And not necessarily, well, I don't want to say much, but like it shouldn't be like a temporary thing. It should be a lifestyle. The whole oh, New Year's resolution, freaking January, whatever. If you start thinking New Year's resolution, that means temporary. Or I'm gonna diet. Diets are temporary. You know what? I'm gonna change lifestyles. And whatever freaking route you wanna take, and I should stop cursing, man. Whatever route you take, it doesn't matter. If you think you are actually progressing and becoming a way better person for humanity, because at the end of the day, we're all seeking for the truth or the ultimate happiness. Whatever kind of good impact you do for yourself and the people around you, and you setting up good examples, that should be the ultimate goal. It doesn't matter what happens. I mean, what you believe. If you make a good impact for you, future generations, and the people around you, and a lot of people twist the good impact such as, oh, I'm too nice by giving. What if you don't give, but you make a decision, you do good decisions? Somehow that person, there's people that look on that and they get inspired, and they get it, they get inspired in becoming similar to you. That's already a good impact. Not necessarily you have to give, but again, we just don't know. We just have to see the people around us or future generations what kind of good impact we can do. Because at the end of the day, that is like the only thing that we're gonna leave where we're gonna die, man. Nobody cares how many money you have. Nobody cares how much money you have in your stock. Sometimes all the money sometimes gets wasted by the wrong reasons. But did you make a good impact? Like Carnegie, he made a he made a foundation and think he basically made a lot of stuff to actually help the community at the end of the day before he died. And if nobody knows who's Carnegie, who's watching, he's a I think he's a billionaire in the 1800s or millionaire or something. He was an elite. He basically was a poor man, invested in a stock, started getting very rich, and then at the end of the day, he felt like, you know what? I don't want to die with all this money. He invested all that money for what? So he wanted to actually help out the community. I think he has a library or some halls. I think there's stuff. I think it's in New York. I don't remember something around those lines. But so I made this walkthroughs. I made some videos, random stuff here and there. Did I make a good impact? That's what I'm starting to actually guess. Answering myself these days. Feel like I've been wasting my years. These videos do take a lot of time, effort, and I feel like I need to start making a better impact to society. And I think you should start doing that in 2025. Make a better impact for yourself and society for the better and not for the worse. All right, guys. Thank you much for subscribing. I know I'm not the best person. I'm not perfect. I do have my flaws, but at the end of the day, I do have a heart, and I do want I do want best for everybody. So I'm gonna cut the stream, even though some people don't deserve it. But at the end of the day, everybody has a heart. Everybody's a conscious, and sometimes uh, we fight against those feelings, and we want to be as cold. But there's always that light in us. Always that light. Sometimes people fight for that light as much as they can, and yeah, they're filled with darkness, man. Which what kind of belief systems you have, but at the end of the day, again, take care, everybody. Have a good one, and yeah, peace out.